What is happening, people? Welcome to another preview of the Miami Grand Prix, ladies and gentlemen. Yes, the first time we've ever been to Miami, and boy, are we excited or what. Let me just change things real quickly. Let me see if you can hear me much better. I hope that you are feeling that bass this time round. But yes, the Miami Grand Prix is here. It's live with your host here, Peter on pole. Welcome back to the channel, people. Let's get into some predictions. Miami, people, we've had a week away with no Formula One action. It's been tough to watch. It's been tough to get through. And listen, I start things off with this picture because the battle, as you can imagine, is between Max Verstappen and Charles Leclerc. Ferrari versus Red Bull. Let's find out. Let's see who will come out on top. Let me get your thoughts in the comment section below. Thank you for joining me. Remember, I do daily F1 content on a weekday, Monday to Friday. I do some awesome content regarding the news, your latest bite-sized news for all things Formula One. And so, today, not being news, but let's do a preview because it's a race week, ladies and gentlemen. Yes, it's race week. We are back. Now we need to get into the nitty-gritty, and let's get into some predictions, shall we, in terms of who is going to come out on top in terms of this weekend's Grand Prix. So we want to start things off on who I think will be in pole position. And I tell you what, the quali weekend is always and has been very, very interesting in 2022. You have to admit, it's been a great weekend. A great day to enjoy Formula One. The Saturdays, some Friday, of course, because of the sprint race. But people, let's see if it's changed. Yes, it is indeed changed. This is my pole sitter ahead of the Grand Prix. I think Max Verstappen, the Red Bull, guys, it's phenomenal, isn't it? It's a phenomenal piece of kit. I'm loving the way it looks. I mean, I took this off their header on Twitter, and it just looks phenomenal. It looks absolutely brilliant, and I can't see anybody in terms of the pace. Even of course, it's a very new track. It's it's the inaugural Miami Grand Prix. But if you look at some of the previews that have taken place, some people doing like drive simulation, sort of gaming kind of hot laps and stuff like that. And when I've looked at it, I've just felt like it's favoring the Red Bulls a bit more so. Not entirely, without really much to grasp onto because it's a brand new circuit. But nonetheless, I'm thinking that Max Verstappen, the Red Bulls are going to look good. Big up to Trevor. I hope you are well. That Red Bull straight line speed is going to dominate on the two long straights. Yes. You're getting those kind of Baku, sort of maybe Singapore-ish vibes. But yeah, the long straights, Ferrari will come unstuck, in my opinion. And as long as Max puts it on pole to start with, I genuinely think like Ferrari might as well just pack it in and just make sure they get a 2-3 finish. Because I think Max will be gone after all of that. So that's my prediction in terms of qualifying. I'm looking forward to seeing qualifying for sure. And how we get to the race win, of course. I want to know, who do you think will finish on the podium? What are your thoughts? Who do you think will finish on the podium? Now, you can't really ignore these guys, right? You cannot ignore Ferrari, as much as there is, some bias towards Ferrari or some bias against Ferrari, whatever the case may be. They're a phenomenal team. They've got something working together. They've made a good car. They've made a very comfortable car. And really, if there's been any issues as to why they haven't scored points, it's purely down to the drivers, where it's like, just little mistakes, little common mistakes there. But on the podium, I'm going to put Charles Leclerc second, and I'm going to put Carlos Sainz in third. In fact, no, switch that. I'm going to put Carlos Sainz second. Wait, did I say that already? And Charles Leclerc third. Sainz second, Leclerc third. That's who I'm going with in this weekend's Miami Grand Prix. This is the preview. This is the predictions. Let me know your thoughts in the comment section below. Who will finish on the podium? Let me know who your thoughts are. Now, before we get into the race winner, let's do a few things around the circuit, shall we? Who's going to be the first out this weekend? What are your thoughts, people? Who will be the first out this weekend? Well, I've got some funny money on this man right here. Sir Lewis Hamilton, who I'm reluctant to call Sir, given his bid for Chelsea Football Club. Another story for another matter. It's on the F1 Daily News Show, so just check the playlist on the News Daily Show. But yes, Mercedes, things ain't going so great, are they? And just when I was sort of thinking they're gonna get it together, they're gonna kick on, they're gonna push on, and it will be all will be fine. They are starting to worry me. They are starting to worry me a little bit. And Lewis doesn't look like he's in the mood. He doesn't look like he's in the mood, does he? Um, Honestly, I just genuinely think like Mercedes, whatever the case may be, they just need to sort out whatever mischief they've got going on and get that car back fighting with the Red Bulls and Ferraris. You know, it's a shame that they're not in that conversation. They really should be in the conversation in terms of mixing it up with the front two teams. Um, Trevor, big up yourself saying McLaren over Merc this weekend. You heard it here first. I'll tell you what, my friend. I'll tell you what, you may be spot on there. I'm hoping that is the case. And to all the McLaren fans out there, we are hoping it is too. Remember, every Tuesday, not this Tuesday coming, not tomorrow, but every Tuesday after a race weekend, McLaren Fan TV, 7 p.m. UK time, do come in and join the live stream with my boy Mahad from the Pit Stop Fracker. Okay? But yes, let's hope so. I'm going to have a chance to print screen that right there. McLaren over Mercedes this weekend. You heard it here first. Big up to yourself, Trevor. Yes, indeed. But yeah, first out, I think Lewis Hamilton. I think, just first out is always a difficult one to predict, right? I mean, it's easy. You could go with the Latifis and whoever, is likely to have accidents and stuff like that, right? But I think on this one, let's just, you got to kind of make something up. And it's just, when you get the funny feeling. And when I thought about it, instantly, the first person that came to mind was someone at Mercedes. And I didn't think it would be George Russell, but instead, Mr. Lewis Hamilton. He's going to have a great time, to be fair, in Miami. He loves America. He loves visiting. And he was one of those that was sort of advocating for Miami to have a Grand Prix. So Miami Gardens, get ready to clear out the deck. I mean, you're used to having big major events, to be fair. You've had Super Bowls. You've got an NFL team right there. And I'm sure I'm missing other things out as well. So anyway, that is that in terms of the first out. I'm going to go Sir Lewis Hamilton. That's going to be controversial. Controversial indeed. Now, who am I concerned for? So at the start of the season, this team, I'm putting in Fernando Alonso on this one, but I'm putting it's both of them. It's both Alonso and Esteban Ocon. It's Alpine in general, simply because what's actually happened here? What's going on? I feel like this weekend we will start to learn and start to figure out what, who are they really? Who really is? Who is the real Alpine? Will the real Alpine please stand up? Type of thing, right? Because they've got bags of potential. They look bloody good. They look like they got a fast car. They made a few tweaks and upgrades, and it seems to have gone a bit little pear-shaped there in the last two races. So I'm intrigued to see what they do here at Miami. I wonder where they will be, and I'm concerned. That's what I'm saying. I'm just concerned. Like, I hope it's not gone wrong. I hope their start that was absolutely brilliant has not gone wrong. That's what I'm hoping for. So let's wait and see. That's who I'm concerned for in terms of this race weekend. Now, the one to watch, okay, ladies and gentlemen. Listen, you know me, yeah, you know me. I'm gonna be that guy who has to always defend his team, always has to defend my guys. Big up to Lando Norris, people. Watch out for him, because if there is some mistakes going on, if there's something happening around the race, if there's some shenanigans, car crashes and so on and so forth, then guess what, people? I am looking at Lando Norris. Yeah, I'm looking at Lando Norris to capitalize. Okay, Danny Ricciardo, you can get in the mix there as well, but I am keeping my eye on Lando Norris. Underrated driver, in my opinion. I just feel like he's absolutely, I think he's a beast. I don't know about you guys, but I think he's an absolute beast. So I'm watching out for you, Mr. Lando. I'm watching out for you in quali, and I'm watching out for you in the race. So let's see what exactly happens, come race weekend. But people, it's time we can get conversating about our race winner, because with, as you can imagine, there was one person. There's only one person I'm not necessarily rooting for, but he's an absolute beast this season, and that is Verstappen. That will be your race winner, people, ahead. Well, for the Miami Grand Prix, the inaugural Miami Grand Prix. Anybody that's going out there, I want pictures, I want videos. I'm absolutely jealous of you guys going out there. Hope it's going to be phenomenal. It looks like it's going to be an absolute spectacle. So big up to everybody in Miami. Yes, Max Verstappen, I think we'll continue that form. The pace is there. The car is on fire. You know, it's constantly performing. But the only problem is, of course, is the reliability. But last weekend, they absolutely, the last race weekend, they dominated the Grand Prix. They absolutely dominated the Grand Prix. So, yes, Max Verstappen, I think, will capitalize and will close that gap. In fact, will probably overtake Charles Leclerc in the Drivers' Championship. Charles got to be aware. He's got to be very, very aware. And Red Bull, you know, they're on fire right now. They're loving life. They're doing what they're doing. And yes, those are my predictions, people. Red Bull to take the win. Max Verstappen to take the win in quali, to take the win in the race. It should be fun. It should be fun. I think Ferraris will be in the podium places. And I'm watching out for Mr. Lando Norris. I'm concerned about Alpine. I've got my eye on them. So watch out, Alpine. I've got my eye on you. But yes, and the first out to Lewis Hamilton. Let's see what Mercedes get up to this weekend. That's been my thoughts, ladies and gentlemen. Do comment down below your thoughts. Thank you for everybody that's been liking and that's been subscribing. People, big up to everybody who's left comments in the comment section. I'll be reading them all, don't you worry, and I'll be replying to them all as well. Trevor says, you think Max will run away with it, or will it be closer racing at the front? I think he will go. I think he'll be gone. But Ferrari is good with the strategy, right? So they will look at things. They'll look at ways to try and make the competition closer. I think in the end the competition will be closer, but I think the Red Bull will have it. It's theirs to lose. It's in the palm of their hand to go out there and dominate. I think Max will start off well, and then Ferrari will have to look at strategy B or strategy number 2. So I don't know. I don't know how exciting it will be. Not entirely sure. It should. I mean, look, the Ferrari car is good though, so I don't think it'll be a boring race. Definitely don't think it will be like lap 1 he's done and he's off. I just mean that it will be difficult to overtake him, however close they may be to each other. So that's my thoughts. Let me know your thoughts in the comment section below. It's been a fantastic day to be talking to you about Formula One once again, and to be talking all things Formula One. Miami Grand Prix, people, the inaugural Miami Grand Prix. Let's get into it. Thank you very much for being with me here today. With that said, people, lights out.